Anyway, yeah. So the Will Smith book, man. It was. I don't know if y'all have. I'm sure we've all knew that he had one out, but I don't know if you guys either read it or heard much about it. But it's great, man. 16-hour audio book. It was great.
Wait, you say you don't know? We know.
No, I don't know if you know much about it outside of that it's out. I don't know if you read it or
I didn't know
listen to it.
I only know what I've heard. I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, I get the.
Yeah. It's fire, yo.
It's
fine. It's quite I just like when people open up, you know. It's a bold thing, especially as a celebrity, expressing some of the things that he did express on there. I mean, I like the human aspect of like him expressing different sides and owning up to when he missed the mark in his life, you know, and the different ways that he went about redeeming himself, or just just being honest, man, sincere. It was great.
I not to beat an old dead horse, but after listened,
yo, go ahead and take a swing anyway.
After having listened to it, do you share that like perspective of the reason why he slapped Chris Rock was because he was not being the coward that he'd always known himself to be?
So he did speak about that coward, like that. That was the underlying tone in a lot of the book. Him saying he felt like one for most of his life.
Right.
It's kind of even how he started it out. It just gave me more of an understanding of what might be going on behind the scenes that we don't see. So it gave me more of an understanding of how one could. It made me better understand. Okay, I could see where both of them are coming from instead of just, no, that wasn't cool. Now it's like it obviously wasn't cool. You don't go up and do that to anybody. But at the same time, it allowed you to put put yourself in his slippers, if you will, a little bit more. Like, I mean, he talked about the way he grew up and everything, and it wasn't really easy.
Of course.
So and his struggles and like how he met Jada and like the struggles throughout their relationship. So they were already going through things. So it just gave a more it just made it more human, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
So not just a fucking superstar who got mad and slapped somebody, you know. It was like,
yeah, I never really gotten that thing of, you know, just because someone's a celebrity that makes them a goddamn deity.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
I don't like that shit. It's crazy.
As gorgeous and prolific as Beyonce could be considered, she still takes a shit like everybody else. So
yeah, man. And she gets smelly. Like she you know, like she smells sometimes on occasion. You know?
I don't know, man. I don't think she does. I'm sure there's people that think that though.
Yeah. Outkast said it best, man. You can't don't act like your shit don't stink, man. Don't act like her shit don't stink. For sure.
But yeah, is it what was that?
It was me moving a chair, man.
Oh,
Trumpet of Gabriel.
Yeah. I got a stenographer behind me. It just like blows a horn every so often when they think we say something cool.
So before we keep on going,
can't look in the eyes of my brother without
welcome. Yo, oi, for my Welsh folks.
Yeah. hey, one episode I think we all should harmonize, yo. As we come in. Just one. Just give me one.
Somebody gonna give us the key? Or we're just gonna try to match it.
No, we're gonna be informal about it.
We'll go E flat minor.
Like old Jackson song. Yo. But welcome back to another episode of the InforMILLy podcast. Four brothers, we all here. The whole crew is intact today. From the middle neighborhood of Gary, Indiana. coming together to converse about this thing called life. And no matter where the conversation goes, we always pride ourselves on those 3 principles. And if you know what I'm saying with me, being forthright, vulnerable, and most of all, always be honest.
Yes. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah.
So we were talking offline.
Smack DVD. I was like, they're always talking over somebody when they yell smack DVD.
We were talking offline and realized we had been already in the conversation for like 20 minutes and didn't press record. So that's why you hear us in the middle of the conversation already. But I want to start by this whole idea of like deityism and celebrity. If you had the opportunity, like something you did, Adam just became the most recognized cardboard artist of all time.
Very rare. You know what I'm saying?
Jean-Michel
achievable.
Jean-Michel Basquiat ain't got shit on him. For how like prolific Andy Warhol is like showing up to stuff. He's trying to, steal your art now and whatnot. I really don't know.
He's not.
He died, man. He died.
Andy Warhol's ghost has showed up and gave him the green light. What are you doing to like keep yourself grounded or relatable?
That's the question directed at me.
Sure. No, I'm
all eyes on you. You ready?
I guess I do have an answer though. So for me, I just think kind of just based on like my personality, I don't think I would ever want like fame. I think if anything, I would always want to just be like respected in that field. So like if I'm an artist and maybe I'm getting recognition, as long as that recognition is coming from other artists, then I'm good with that. I don't need, because that makes me feel like, okay, I'm going in the right direction. Because they know, because we're all trying to do the same thing. So with that being said, if I ever did achieve any type of fame like that, I don't think I would ever want to like brag or be like, I mean, being a cardboard artist, I'm not really sure how braggadocious you can really be. I mean, it's not like you're a heavyweight champion.
It don't gotta be lavish, but that shit can still be amazing, man.
Yeah, man. Because like while I think she's very famous, people who don't know about art may still know her, and people who do know about art might not. Have you heard of Lisa Butler?
Unfortunately, I have not.
Okay, well, she's this really, really dope female artist who she has pretty high acclaim, but I'm saying in the event that like maybe your fame exceeds what you expected it to be.
Yeah.
And let's say the gallery that you're in assigns you like a whole social media team and whatnot, and now like you've got an online presence. GQ is coming at you with what 10 things you gonna take with you on the stranded island and all of that. Now I'm not saying this directly to Adam.
An X-Acto knife, so a glue gun.
I'm not trying to make all this direct or that. That was just the first thing that came to mind. Marco and Pharrell are kicking it now. He's giving him vampire juice so he can stay young. And whatever it is. Aaron finished the whole project of artwork that he now is selling. He sold for $1 billion for 3 pieces. And
your boy trying to get in that crowd. Trying to make this money. So
that's what I'm saying. He made a tie-dye scarf that has become an NFT.
I used to say Versace, but now I say Versace. You know what I'm saying? Pass that Versace.
So like what
episode of references
in the event that like your fame is beyond what you can control, how are you navigating that?
Here's one thing that comes to mind almost immediately. The recognition that I can't control it. I think that helps keep you grounded, that you really don't have that much control over it. And I feel like the more control you try to have, because you feel like you got a certain amount of power that maybe you do, but you might get the feeling that you have more power than you actually do. Once you begin to realize that once you're constantly reminded that you can't control everything, and there's certain aspects that you can't control. especially with certain narratives and stories that might come about. That's when I feel like you see people get in trouble. Yeah, I guess one of the main things, like I said, comes to mind is just realizing that there's only so much control you actually have.
Mm.
And that kind of, and that's, and it just reminds you that you're a person, whether you're on this tier of tax bracket / social status or a much lower one. There's only so much shit you can control, you know.
Marco, what you think?
Man, I think I would be like Jim Carrey or something.
Oh, same,
I'll
see
dude.
that.
It's a great example. Yeah.
See, I think I would be like one of these, like people you don't see until I have something to offer. Like Kendrick Lamar, for example, we were talking about Lamar, and he is very much so out of the spotlight when his
want to be, yeah.
or when his seem like when his art is not not dropping or out, you know, or not touring or something like that. But probably have to be like one of those type of guys.
Same. That's yeah. And I think one of the there's not many great things about fame, I don't think, that are like, when I say great, I mean that are like good in good, but also come with longevity. You know, they end up turning sour pretty quickly. So one good thing would be is getting reservations in really hard to get restaurants or something. You know, that'd be cool. You just throw my name down and be like, cool. But like outside of that, I don't see too many things that don't turn sour about fame.
Yeah, but no, I would
or helping people. Sorry to interrupt, but like helping people could, like, fame can, if you use your fame to help people in a real way. Let me add that to it.
I thought you was gonna go a different way. Like when you try, if you become famous and you try to do those regular, everyday, good Samaritan type things, is not work.
Oh, that's true.
I would be that type of person, unless like you, like a Shaq type of person, because I see him like going into malls and buying stuff for people.
Yeah.
But I find it hard to imagine that he doesn't get bum rushed by everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what though? I'm sure that, like you said, if you end up becoming that like Jim Carrey or Kendrick Lamar figure where you're living your daily life, which I would imagine, I get the feeling that all of us to some degree would be like that. People would be used to not seeing you do shenanigans or like always out in the camera, so it might give you a little bit more credibility because they don't see you really.
I mean,
you know,
I think it varies from celebrity to celebrity, because you think about like Chappelle until he like really came back into the limelight, and even a little bit after, he's living in the middle of fucking Dayton, Ohio, Orange Springs, whatever it's called, and you're like, people were just treating him like a regular dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe don't go to Hollywood and subscribe to all of that. Maybe people are more normal.
I think it worked for him because I'm sure when he first moved there and people like Dave Chappelle, like, they probably freaked out initially, but then when they kept seeing him at the grocery store, like, oh, it's Dave, and there's like, that's cool that he's able to find that, because I bet you if he lived in LA, paparazzi and people, he would always be in the news, even though there's a bunch of celebrities there.
Right.
If you go to some regular town, they're gonna probably be shocked at first, but then they're like, oh, he's just a regular guy, and then you go on with your life.
And that helps ground him, I'm sure. And like I said about control, like a lot of times those like the person's not even really doing anything, and like it's like the narrative is gonna come whether you give them a reason to or not. Like they just tend to go crazy when you do give them a reason, but like they're gonna put shit out there anyway. And people like Dave and them are just doing regular shit, buying milk, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the question,
you, Josh? Yeah, I'm a bet.
Oh, good. Go ahead, Marco.
I really answered the question. I just said like who I would be like. It's kind of answering the question.
I understand.
I think I was trying to say that I think that I would like to do like philanthropy type things.
Mm.
But then as I thought deeper about it, is like, well, you can't really do that type of stuff as a superstar or a star. We could have been superstars.
If you are.
Wait, what you mean you can't do it as a?
I was gonna ask you.
Because of the all the hoopla surrounding you, like people
Oh.
follow.
Perception of it.
Well, you can do it anonymous.
It's like you don't have to do it and put your face on it.
It's just we're so used to celebrities not doing it anonymous because they want everyone to know that they did it. That's
I don't think I would be doing it so everybody just know I'm doing it. Like,
yeah,
but
I wouldn't think so.
I'm like Prince did shit all the time that no one knew about till he died.
well, what I'm saying is, if I do like something like that, like philanthropy work, I want to use my own hands because I don't.
Or you're saying like you want to be on like what was that one president, Henry Ford or something like that like would show up to the building sites?
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter, thank you.
Yeah.
That's a Henry Ford.
That's all good. Yeah, and you better not edit that out, man. You better not edit that. With my irrelevant shit and my irrelevant, you better not edit that shit out.
I say that shit all the time too. But yeah, I was thinking
You gotta catch these golden nuggets, man.
I was thinking of Gerald Ford, not Henry Ford. I was thinking of Gerald Ford, who I don't know was the president either.
He was. That's a good save. That's a good save.
Oh,
Because
okay.
a lot of people don't even know that he was a president. So yeah.
Boom. But yeah, Jimmy Carter, and so I was like, you want to be that kind of thing where you're like, oh, if I'm helping build houses in the community, I want to be on the ground building that house with them.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to send money somebody's way, but if you want to actually say I mean, not that it's all about saying I did that, but don't you want to have the confidence in saying like, I not my resources, but I mean, resources is cool, but
Yeah.
Because
That'd be
I
great.
would assume if you taking this example of like building houses in the community, you didn't just go, oh, here's the money, and you just show up. You probably are the one that's going to choose the landscaping company, the carpentry, and all of that kind of stuff. You're going to be pretty hands-on about how you're giving your money.
yeah.
Or like, and have like experts with you who can, suggest whatever that you trust,
Right.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I get that, that, but I don't, for some reason, I just don't feel like people in that position actually, they probably just send some money that way, but I don't think they're involved at that level. But I think that I would want to, but that's just how I think I would be. So.
Yeah.
And there's only so much one could do. You might be able to send money in some places while you're also being more hands-on in other projects.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can only be at so many places. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sure both are.
You can only
needed.
be Jim Carrey at so many places. So many sorry, Adam. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm sure both. Like,
Uh,
go ahead.
I was gonna wrap it and say that that's what I would do to try to stay grounded. That's what I wanted to wrap my segment up.
Go ahead, Adam.
No, I mean, I was just saying, like, I mean, I guess I don't really have much to say, but I guess I was saying, like, both would be needed. Like, sending the money is obviously you gotta have money to do anything.
All right.
But I think also, whether you're doing it for this reason or not, I think the people would trust you a lot more if they see you actually showing up, putting in 8-hour shifts, with your work boots on. I think they'd be like,
Yeah.
4 hours.
4 hours.
Man.
Maybe. Because I
Yeah, I
tell you, if I'm rich and I'm doing 8 hours, I'm only gonna be there that day.
Yeah. I'm gonna break a sweat for a little bit and head up.
Hey, yo, this is random. Did y'all see that? Was it like an Instagram clip of P. Diddy like yelling at his team or some people who was working for him saying like, I'm rich. This is why I pay y'all crazy amounts of money because I don't want to do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
This is why I'm rich and I pay y'all to do shit. So get it done. I pay you well. I shouldn't have to do shit.
That might have been from that movie, Get Him to the Greek.
Oh yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. I
Was he
don't
in
know. I
it?
just saw it. Oh yeah, him and Russell Brand. I think he was in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't know he was in. I know that's Russell Brand and what's his name? From Superbad.
Showing the
Yeah.
him.
Johnny. Yeah. For me, I know I'm definitely on the philanthropy. And I'm pretty sure a very main thing I would do beyond the philanthropy is trying to put more lobbying into protecting art spaces in government funding, because it's always a thing that tries to get sacrificed. So that way I can actually go, all right, little school in Idaho that's trying to cut arts funding. We're gonna make sure that little Tulip and Trayshawn can play violin and have lives.
Yeah. I dig that.
And then the grounding. I'm gonna be on some rich shit. I'm gonna have houses. I'm gonna have a house in at least 4 countries. And every place that I go to, I'm like, I'm gonna spend 3 months there. I'm gonna do like community service and all that kind of stuff in that area. So if I'm in Durban, I'm like, all right, let's go into the townships. We're gonna help out this community and yada yada yada. So they, Joshua.
Yeah.
Do you know what countries you would besides America?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Is Durban in South Africa?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
That's
one place.
Yeah, definitely South Africa. I haven't been to Japan, so I can't say, but something just tells me that Japan is probably one of them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go myself, man.
Me too.
I'm thinking probably somewhere in South America. I gotta figure out which ones are safe for Black people. Or safe in that acknowledges that they're Black, because that whole thing.
I'm not. You're not a huge fan of spiders, so just don't go outside then.
Depends on what part we in. That's why
I guess that's true.
If you go to Argentina, certain like sub, then I think it's probably too cold for spiders in certain parts of Argentina. So
yeah,
because I want warm weather, but I just be attacked by mine.
Yeah.
But fuck Australia and everywhere. That's gonna be a sound clip when we get famous.
Oh my god, spiders the size of a fucking plate for real, yo. That's ridiculous.
Our Australian fans gonna be mad, bro.
The people can be cool, that's fine. But fuck everything about the outback, yeah, I'm sure Australia's a lovely place, and maybe it's resigned to the outback. I'm trying to think. Other than that, I don't know. I got more traveling to do. If I don't make it all the way to South America, then at least somewhere in the Caribbean, maybe Trinidad. Because I've really enjoyed Trinidad. But yeah,
Virgin Islands is nice, man. I actually I work with a homie who is from St. Croix, I believe. Virgin Islands tells me has fond memories and tells me great stories about it, man. How wonderful it is.
I'm actually going there. I'm going.
You going there?
St. Croix or the Virgin Islands?
St. Croix.
Nice.
Oh.
For sure.
All right.
What's taking you out that way, Marco?
Well, Sam is having his I guess you would call it honeymoon, but like people are invited. So
okay.
Oh yeah.
Dope.
That's cool.
Shout out to Sam.
I never heard of that, but that's cool.
Like a group honeymoon. Hey, we gonna be fucking, but we'll see y'all.
Yeah, it's yeah, man. I look forward to hearing that story, man.
Yeah.
The fucking and the other stuff that you guys. No, I'm joking. By the way, yo, are you a big swimmer? I don't know that I've ever asked you that or no. I know we've gone to different places and like going to the beach, we've gotten in the water, but are you a big swimmer, Marco?
I'm a average swimmer. Like, I feel like I used to be better. No, I'm not a big swimmer, but
Hey, I realized I didn't. Big could mean anything. I didn't have to put that in the front of. Are you a fan of water? Do you like getting in the water when you go to places?
yeah. So I mean, you know, we have a affinity with the water.
Yeah,
To live by the beach, so
yeah.
I've always loved beaches though. So
Yeah. I do love beaches. I can't say I have an affinity for water because I can't swim. But
I mean, you can look at it. You know,
You can appreciate it. Yeah.
you don't have to necessarily be involved in all facets of water to.
No. Like I said, I appreciate it, and I love jet skiing. I think this shit is so fun. But I'm like, hey, if I go over, peace, niggas.
I don't have no boats or nothing, but I like water.
well, they gonna at least find you though, because like that water is like clear. You can see straight through the bottom, so they'll know exactly where you are. So if they do let you drown, somebody just didn't give a fuck because they know where you are. They can see you. You know, somebody found.
Do y'all like being in salt water and everything that comes with it?
Not everything that comes with it.
No,
Right.
Fucking salt in your ears and shit and everywhere, man.
I just hate getting it in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, your volume 2 of That's What She Said. Volume 2. That would be that's on there. That's on
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But,
like you get
I
out the
can't
water
say
when it dries, it's like stuck.
Yeah.
It's in every place that it can get in. That's the one
Well,
thing that's annoying about it.
I have a perfect story for this. Not that per se, but just salt water. Because I happen to have been to the Dead Sea before, which is like
nice.
the saltiest body of water in the world. Like obviously there's no animals, fish, you know, because that's why I call it the Dead Sea. But anyway, this body of water is so it's the most mind-boggling place I've ever been because you're floating whether you want to or not because there's so much salt in the water. So you can literally just get in the water and just float without trying to. And then obviously I was in Jordan, but across the water is Israel. So it's just a cool, you know, it's just a cool place to be.
Very historic place.
Yeah, exactly. And then like they have showers there to rinse the salt off. But when I say this water, it almost feels like the water is ice water. That's how cold it is. And it's like it was so cold. I was like, I'm just gonna keep this salt on my body until I get back because I can't do this right now. Like I put my foot in there. I was like, I can't. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna be a dirty salt boy today.
You saying the shower? The shower was the cold?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The water was fine. The water was nice, but the shower rinse off.
It's an interesting thing because it's like Nat and I were joking about before we got in the water today. The pool today is like when I get in cold water, I prefer it. I just like jump on in like a pool where I have no chance of getting away. Once you're in, you're submerged. Versus a shower where I know I can turn it off. It's just something different. It's stupid, but it's like I much prefer to not do a cold shower and just jump in a pool or a lake or something. So
that's true because it's harder to get like a pool. Like you say, you can just jump in and you're in it, but a shower you have to do piece by piece almost, and as it trickles down, it's just like,
oh my gosh,
make you turn into a zombie.
Do any of y'all like cold showers? I can't. I can't stand the feeling of cold water hitting.
But
I can ease into it.
I've seen some whatever studies or whatever that's have talked about the benefits of cold showers.
Yeah, I've heard of that too.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's like some real benefits. I don't remember them all, but I know that just a basic one in the like the athletic world or whatever, it is best to or you know they take ice baths.
Yeah,
right.
Yes.
Help with like inflammation, right?
Which is
it helps the body to recover quickly.
Yeah,
and it's somewhat of the same idea.
Yeah,
with some of
makes sense.
the shower stuff, but it's like a lot. It's like yours. It's like they were saying like it's best for your skin, your hair, and stuff like that. and it's pretty interesting, but it's very hard to do.
Yeah, dog.
So
it is
difficult.
so yeah.
It makes
That's,
perfect sense. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just agreeing that it's really hard. Like I know it definitely gets it helps with blood. It supposedly helps with circulation and like blood flow and stuff as well. But my bad, Adam.
No, you're good. I was gonna say it makes perfect sense because as the years go on, we keep finding out these things that certain things are good for us, but then when you peel back just how far we've come, this is getting way too deep. All I'm saying is like 200 years ago that they weren't taking hot baths or hot showers because that was never really supposed to happen. It became a luxury, and hot. No one ever said hot water is good for you, but I think the way that we were post was supposed to bathe was in just the natural water, which is always typically cold. So it makes sense that it would actually be good for you because typically stuff that's natural is good for you. That's what I was trying to say.
True. No, that's true. And I definitely think we got way too comfortable with warmth.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I'm saying? For me, it was just like an immediate aversion to discomfort and like the discomfort of the cold. So like, but when I was at that yoga center, like all they had was cold water. So if you wanted to shower, you had to just be in the cold water at fucking 4:35 in the morning. Like,
Yeah, I hear all that, but they all dead. So what they know?
I mean, they were telling me this like 2014.
No, I'm talking about people. That's like
yeah,
natural way you do this. And I'm like, but you dead now, so.
Like I say that shit, and I'm still gonna take a warm shower. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still gonna do it.
So it's a luxury that is common now, so we gonna live in that luxury.
Yeah, but I'm not saying it's. I'm
joking.
I do want to get better at it. Yo, there's actually a cryotherapy place right next to us. Have y'all ever been to one of those? I think Natalie's been once, but I've never been. But it's crazy cold. You only stay in there for a small amount of time.
Yeah, it's like a chamber they put you in. Or whatever.
Yeah. Don't go in there with wet feet.
Yeah,
it's one of the things where I'm like, I hear how it's supposed to be beneficial to submerge yourself in cold in these various capacities, but my aversion to cold is just so high.
I feel you, dog.
If I did not love my craft and the company I work for, I left Chicago a long fucking time ago because I hate this fucking cold.
All right then. Yeah. Well, noted. If and when y'all come to Washington, Josh would not be entering the glacier.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Goddamn not. You're absolutely right. Polar plunging in this bitch. No.
Yeah, man. I probably won't either. But I will bring my camera.
It's worth it. It's worth it, bro. I'm telling you. Well, the sights are incredible too, for sure. But I'd pay you. I literally pay you to just get in once, man. Just once.
Yeah, I say I do that.
We'll deliberate. We'll deliberate in the moment. We'll deliberate in the moment.
All right. I ain't no cheap bitch.
You ain't no cheap date.
Oh no. I need this to be at least 2 digits.
I just need to see a video of that, man. I need to see a video of that.
Oh man. Okay. Well, so if you could, I put it like this: when we talk about uncomfortable situations, if there's a place that you're getting shipped to, pretty much, you going there for work for all the great reasons, but it's not a place you actually want to live. What's the first place that comes to mind?
You say a place you don't want to live?
You don't want to live there, but everything associated with taking that move is fantastic.
Oh, okay.
So you love your job. The pay is better.
The pay is better. Even the people are probably dope, but the environment, the weather, what have you, suck.
For me, the first place to come to mind is like somewhere like North Dakota, like Bismarck, North Dakota. If that's that's even in North Dakota. I don't know, maybe it's South Dakota, but
I think it's in North Dakota. I think Bismarck is in North Dakota.
I think it's the capital or something. But yeah, that's the first thing that comes to mind because one, it's going to be super cold most of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to be in the middle of nowhere, more than likely. I mean, probably going to be no black people. I mean, it's
Yeah.
I just don't see anything there being. And then you're far away from the closest like major city is probably what Minneapolis, maybe. I don't even know how far that away that is from that city. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
and there
I
might
was
be
gonna
worse
talk
places.
about the relationship of North Dakota and Minnesota until just this moment.
Yeah, it's crazy to think how close they actually are. You know,
I'm about to look
actually
it
it
up.
might be on the map. I
I
know
just
we
like
drove
maps
through.
and geography and stuff.
I
That's
know we
the
drove through
reason why I know
either
that.
South Dakota or North Dakota. I can't remember which one we drove through. And I mean, everywhere you go just seems like you're in the middle of nowhere
Yeah,
as you're
I've been to
driving
South
through
Dakota. I've
anyway.
never been to North Dakota.
I-
Go ahead, Marco.
No, I was gonna say that's like driving through Iowa. It's like nothing.
It's nothing.
Yeah. It's like driving through certain
Mine
parts
is
of
on the,
Indiana.
Indiana
Going down
is
south.
crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
I think mine is probably going to be like Alaska.
That was my first thing that came to mind. I was like, man, it's just too consistent. I need some of those snow caps to really melt and completely, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't happen.
You're talking about cold. You're talking about, yes, there's definitely a lack of black people. You're talking about, I don't even know if that shit is true, but ever since they made that movie, what the fuck was it called?
30 days.
30 Days a Night, something like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's
You
true.
tell it's true that every year they get a month of no sunlight.
Well, it's only certain parts of the state. It's not like the whole,
Okay.
it's just, obviously it's based on like the globe,
right?
But it's also the opposite too. They also get 30 days of daylight too, where the sun never sets. Where like it'll so like like when the sun is setting and it gets like the sun gets low,
like the dust
it'll get
moment.
like that, and then it'll go back up for 30 days.
Now, see that I would love. I love that shit. But as much as I enjoy night, I'll be like, oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
But that like 30 days where the sun never comes back. What?
Go on a vacation.
You like it being 7 o'clock at all times. Prime time. Prime time all the time.
Hey, what's the maybe this is a silly question, but because it's like that, what's the plant life there that thrives? You know what I'm saying?
All stuff. Bio. I mean,
That's a very good question. I don't know.
Microorganisms.
I know Marco's usually the Google person, but he on the phone, so I guess
Oh no,
I'm sure it's
now,
the way that sounded like it sounded like a teacher like scolding a kid like such is supposed to be doing this, but he on his phone.
I wasn't saying it passive aggressively. I was like,
you think he's gonna pass this test with flying colors, huh? You ain't come prepared. You ain't come prepared.
No, I know what you meant. He's literally on his phone, like he's on the call. On his phone.
He's on the call on his phone.
I'm actually right by my computer because I got it back set up, but I don't have my camera and everything set up yet.
Gotcha.
And like I know there's water there, so there's plant life probably in the water to some degree, but because I'm sure like some of the fish eat off of certain parts of the plant life or whatever, different things like that. But I'm just wondering, like, yeah, what plant is above water that does well with that kind of.
I wonder if the cold. I wonder if the dark part is in the winter where everything is dead anyway. Could be. I mean, I really don't know.
It could very well. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That could.
I just feel like, man, that would suck though if it to be. Honestly, would like the dark for 30 days, but not if it's like below zero though. That's to me, that's too hazardous for me. It's like because now you can't see anything and you're freezing. It's like I feel like
yeah, dude.
I feel like the struggle to just to be safe would be like a much higher in that type of environment.
Polar bears are fucking vicious, dude.
Yeah, wolves would be I think that's what and bears, of course, wolves and bears probably here.
Because they probably got like the grizzlies, like the more violent ones, the more aggressive ones. Grizzlies.
Yeah.
But I heard that polar bears can smell the air hole that seals make when they're like under the snow. When they're like hybrid, I don't know, they're like I don't know. When they're the air holes they make when they built their whatever from like a mile away, and they can smell blood for like 20 miles away, but they can smell the air hole. That's crazy, man. Still breathing. Like point is, you ain't getting away. I guess getting away.
I guess I
So,
never. Go ahead. Go ahead.
do y'all want to know the very technical
Yes, not
plant
only the
life,
scientific name, but
the plant
I'm curious.
life?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, they have about 1,700 types of plants in the
We're gonna go through them one by one.
So most common, like, are we talking like trees versus like above water versus like in?
About to get into it, my man.
Gotcha.
So their landscape is called the tundra, which y'all probably heard before.
Yeah.
But most of the tundra stuff grows low to the ground. So it's like little plants and flowers, and it says that they are able to photosynthesize 24 hours a day, which leads to rapid growth. Like they can grow fast.
Got you. And they need that. Okay. So here's the thing: when they say like, because you know when we say the sun's not out today, but it's behind the clouds, really.
Yeah.
Like it's still there. It's just
Yeah.
not out the same way. Because they photosynthesize obviously with the sun. Turning what is it? Turning sun energy into like food, essentially. So maybe they can't grow that tall because they can't reach the same way. But I don't know. Fuck, I'm just trying to make sense of it. That's cool though.
Well, we know they got like large forests too. So it's like as you walk into the mountains, I believe, then that's where you get that type of vegetation or whatever.
Yeah, and that part I guess makes a little more like I know there are certain trees that don't even lose their leaves and stuff throughout winter. So
evergreen.
Yeah, like what they call
Douglas fir,
like coniferous trees like that. There we go. That's the word I was thinking of. But okay, yeah, I was just curious. Cool. I honestly had never heard of that. I don't even know if I heard of the movie 30 Days and 30 Nights.
No, 30 Days of Night.
Yeah,
30 Days and Nights. Yeah,
30 Days of Night.
Of Night.
Of Night. Well, shit. There we go. Third time's a charm.
Apparently, that's not even true because it's not 30 days. It's
28
two
days.
and a half months.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
So
it's what you say? It's what?
It's 2.5 months. So they say in this example anyway, in Barrow, the state's northernmost community, the sun does not set for more than 2.5 months from May 10th to August 12th. And the contrast is from November 18th to January 24th, where the sun never rises above the horizon.
Yeah. See, I thought it was 30 days. That's crazy. I think I confused the movie with the actual.
That's why I was like, I don't know how true it is, but
Yeah.
Above the horizon, so it's not completely pitch black then.
But it's barely dawn.
Yeah. So but I would see why they'd be able to still photosynthesize for 24 hours then. They're getting something.
Barely.
That's interesting. I think I would want to visit.
Plants are opportunists, though. Plants are opportunists. They work hard, man.
They hustle.
I'm sorry, though. Yeah, dog.
I think I would want to visit that place for like a week in both extremes just to experience it. Honestly, just like
Definitely.
just have the experience.
Hey, Marco, did they mention anything about temperature variations? I wonder how hot it gets in like the warmest part versus. I'm sure it gets cold as fuck, but I'm just wondering how warm it can get in Alaska. Because I've seen pictures of people in like bikinis and like swimwear.
Alaska's so big that it's kind of
hard. Is there like a general range, from like
what's that city called again?
Anchorage?
Barrow.
Oh.
BARROW.
Because you can just look up their climate. Barrow.
Yeah, like I know, like Hawaii, I was told is like it never drops below like 60 or 65 and rarely gets above 80 to 85.
So they Barrow, Alaska. The average temperature for the year is 11 degrees, but but that's silly because that's you average in 12 months. So
yeah.
The warmest month on average is July, which has an average temperature of 41 degrees.
That's what I thought. It's gonna be around.
Damn.
February is coldest with the average of 14.
Negative 14, you said?
Okay, I actually was suspecting to be lower.
Yeah,
for
Indiana's
40 to be
got
the
worse than
high.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it probably could get the wind chill though. Is probably where it gets you though.
That's all I was like, is there wind chill?
But no, yeah. So I could be in the summer for a week, but I don't know about the winter time.
Yeah. Hey, yo,
But
this
the summer
episode
doesn't
is
get
very
the
informative.
light thing though. Yeah, yeah. School is in session.
Dang, it's interesting. Yeah, I pretty much thought of Alaska initially first because I was thinking like, what the fuck am I gonna eat? Am I gonna have to eat fish? Am I gonna like have to eat meat there?
Get that whale blubber.
Like, damn.
That's a good point.
I don't know how long I can sustain on those tiny ass plants, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much just using those as like a garnish for a meal, like basil or something. You know?
On a trial polar bear, polar burger.
Polar burgers. Hey, that's actually great because just in a cold environment, polar burgers is great.
Yeah, it is.
That might be the episode title right there. Polar burgers.
Polar. I mean, I've had a good variety of burgers up to this point.
Yeah.
Like beef.
What did we try with you? I tried something in Chicago on in the
Was it
old
elk?
place. It was a place down the street from where you used to live.
Oh,
We tried
yeah,
some type of a buffalo burger or something.
It was the
Bison?
buffalo elk.
Was it bison?
Oh, it
Yeah,
might
it
be.
might have been bison.
Yeah.
I had this was a place in Maryville that I used to go to that sells a good bison burger with like blue cheese on it.
Mm.
Oh,
And that was like when I want to say, I could be wrong, but that was like when bison was making this round, like first got introduced into the burger bar scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm trying to think between beef, turkey, bison, elk. I don't know if I had ground duck, but no, something else. I can't think of it.
I've had we used to go growing up. My aunt was friends with a neighbor down the street. Mr. I forgot his last. I think his last name was like Cope. They were like the Copes, and they would he was either professor or had like a pretty substantial role in like IUN, I believe. It was like either IUN or just the IU. I'm pretty sure it was that branch. Anyway, he loved going to like Chicago, but like going to plays and stuff. So he would take us from time to time, and sometimes the whole family, and he would take us out to these nice ass restaurants in Chicago. I was young as hell and just like, I'm about to order whatever is, like I'm gonna get the shark. So that's when I was like trying like shark and squid and octopus and shit, So shout out, rest in peace, and shout out Mr. Cope, man. Rest in peace. Wonderful memories, yo. Wonderful memories. It was like really sad cool. when he passed. Yeah, man. Yeah. Interesting. The people who you don't expect to have such a impact or like such a influence on you when you're younger, just down the street.
Yeah.
Those be the ones.
Yeah. Actually, I had kale this morning. I don't know why. Oh, quail. I'm sorry.
I was
about to ask you guys.
What is the
kale? Kale, yeah.
The kale
fucking Whole Foods and had kale for the first time. But quail, man.
Well, I never had quail.
It was like this Mediterranean restaurant in Chicago. It was very good. It was like it was stuffed with rice and various other things. And it had this like plum sauce. It was some fancy stuff, man.
Did you say quail?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yo,
that's the eggs. So I just cooked it up like in my eggs.
When did you start eating meat again?
I'm still a vegetarian. It was just like I just cracked the eggs open just like I would regular chicken.
Oh, you said you did quail eggs. Okay.
Quail eggs. Yeah, I just had it with my eggs. It tastes.
Are those good? Did
similar.
They stink? Or
I didn't smell any. Like I don't know if it maybe depended on the condition of the egg or if it's out too long. I don't know, but it didn't stink to me.
I say it because I know you're about to say them, Josh, but I'll be real quick. Kirsten, so some years ago, me and Kirsten went to Vietnam, and at this point of the trip, we were going on separate ways. Like she was going back to the States, I was going back to Korea because I was stationed in Korea at the time. And I guess she was saying she went to like maybe it was a Domino's pizza that they had in, like at the airport. She just wanted to get something to eat, and she thought she ordered just like she ordered like a 4-cheese pizza or something like that, or whatever personal. And then she paid for it and she got the food and she opened it and she was like, it smelled like gross. And then she went and she saw these things on the pizza and she went and asked like, I just wanted cheese pizza. And she's like, what's this? And she's like, it's quail eggs. And she's like, what? And so yeah, so like
that's a weird fucking thing to have on a pizza in general.
Yeah.
But sure they're like, no, that's their cuisine. Like, but
yeah.
Damn.
And it was just, and that's what's so interesting about going to like our American chain restaurants in other countries, because obviously they're not gonna serve the same stuff as the American menus. But it's just was funny. I wish she was here to tell the story, but because I'm sure I bushed it. But
they got this pizza at Pilot that's like a breakfast pizza, and they got eggs on it.
Pilot like the truck stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, this looks disgusting as hell. Like,
yeah, I can see that.
I'm sure it's not hot.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure the texture is because they use like the I want to say they use like some white sauce.
Okay.
I can't fuck with that. Yeah.
From the truckers.
I can't fuck with that. I can't fuck with that.
That's why the bathroom is occupied 24
yeah. Oh shit.
Have you ever had the hot dogs on the rolling thing in any gas station?
Never, man. Never. I never dare. I never dared to go.
I was just never that bold.
Gone. Yeah.
So I worked closely like with because when I used to work on the toll road, I used to stop in these places all the time, which are super expensive for some reason, like 11 type places.
Yeah, because they know that's your only option, so you're gonna buy it.
I don't know why I said for some reason. I know exactly why, but they have that stuff. They have that stuff on there all day, and it just looks like foreign. It looks like foreign substances. Like
it looks like UFOs on the fucking.
It just looks so weird, but
and wrinkled.
Is the tornadoes are okay, but if you eat that stuff, like call yourself having a whole meal.
Yeah.
If you repeat eat it like within days, that's not a good idea either.
Yeah. I would only eat it in a dire situation. Like I was like, man, bro. I've been on the road for 3 days. Like,
yeah,
I'm stranded.
I'm only going to a Pilot gas station to eat that shit if I'm in Alaska, and that's all I it's either that or fucking whale blubber. That's
Then that food is just nasty. Their chicken is it's like hard on the outside but slimy.
Hey, I got a question for you, dog, about that. Like some of my buddies told me that they've been in some gas stations, like Adam's familiar with like the Quick Trips and shit down here. I'm sure, right? I don't know if that's is Quick Trip nationwide or no, or is it just this?
Okay. I've never seen them. I'm honestly I'm having a hard time picturing.
It's like
QT red.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
I see them a lot, like I'm guessing they're like all over the South or Southeast or whatever. But my buddies were saying they saw what they called a hamburger hot dog. It's like hamburger meat in the fucking shape of a hot dog with like some of them have cheese in them. I've never seen it though. I'm going to the gas station specifically to find this fucking foreign object, and I haven't seen it yet.
They got them at like 7-Eleven and stuff.
Okay,
I've heard of this, but it also kind of makes you think of like kufta, like a Mediterranean dick.
Yeah. Scary shit, man. Scary shit.
Hey, ever in your life, ever get sushi from 7-Eleven, bro?
I believe that, bro.
Never. So that was a prolific PSA. Like, all right, I'm coming here to educate the masses.
Yeah. Anywhere that's too far inland, don't fucking do it, man. Just don't fucking do it,
man. I want to get into sushi because, like, I know it's good. I I know there's what am I trying to say? I know there are certain types of sushi that I would probably like, and I'm sure there's parts of it I won't like. But I got to wrap my mind around eating raw fish. I guess that's it. But I know that's not all sushi too, though. I realize that.
anything tempura or anything like that, like all of that's cooked. But like,
salmon.
I'm sorry, good.
No, I was just about to name some type of fish like white fish and salmon, yellowfish and eel. They put all of that.
Tuna.
But I'm not totally sure exactly which ones are commonly raw.
Really, most of them, with the exception of like shrimp, is always going to be cooked. There's
crab.
Crab you gotta check on sometimes because most of the time it's not really crab.
Yeah,
it's crab.
Depending on where you go.
But you got to still ask because they'll say in the menu like fresh blue crab, and then you ask them and they're like, hey, is this really blue crab? And they're like, no, it's imitation.
Yo, we gotta go to a sushi spot because
I was just about to say that.
I think you would really enjoy sushi. Like,
it's great, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had sushi before though. I actually have had it before, like just like, but I want to get more into it because I know there's more than just the common rolls that everyone knows. California,
right?
Deep shit. They're wrapped in the fucking seaweed like that. Nah, man. I've actually had it several times too. Like when I was a meat eater. And like, so when I take my ass to Japan, I'm just gonna stick with rice, bro, and tofu.
What?
I'm sticking with rice and tofu, man. Yeah, I've had that. Yeah, they're good. They're good. I'm just saying, like, I can't act like I'm like eating the real thing. You know what I'm saying?
Give me the signature rolls. Give me all the spicy mayos and avocado with the fish and the uni and all of that. Give me all of that.
I'm sure in Japanese cuisine you can find some probably amazing vegetarian dishes though.
I
believe that
in other parts of the world they don't hyper focus on meat like we do.
It's way more expensive, or you got to raise it yourself.
Yeah.
Do some special things with like mushrooms and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if we make a group trip to Japan, like we going to an actual fish market and then getting sushi there.
Oh yeah, if we're gonna spend all, if we're gonna blow our savings accounts to get there, then yeah, we're gonna experience everything. If you're gonna go through the fucking savings account just to get there, yeah.
No, I'm trying to speak like like we just got bread.
That's true. My bad. Poverty mindset. My bad. I'm tripping, bro. No, we're gonna get there one day, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna
save
for sure.
Save a little bit here and there. Mm-hmm. Stick up steal some catalytic converters,
yeah. Yo, AJ, you did say you got an update to that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, that's a beautiful.
That was a segue.
Technically, but no, yeah. So last week I mentioned that I got my catalytic converter stole from my truck in the parking lot at work, and I took it to Firestone, which was probably a bad idea to begin with, but took it to Firestone, and they said it was going to cost $3,200 to fix.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. So anyway, so I tell my boss, and then I tell his boss, and then so we're talking about like a solution. So he calls like the legal guys, whatever, from the company, and they pretty much explain how our insurance can't cover it, because of these blah 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 loopholes, whatever. And then so I was like, that sucks. And I was hoping he was gonna say, but you know what, we'll help you out. We'll take, I was hoping that was gonna be the next line, and unfortunately it wasn't. But he did call the guy that, so the company that the company that they go through to service like all the vehicles, he called the guy that owns the place, which I didn't realize at the time, but happens to be his son-in-law. So he was like, hey man, I have a guy here that got it, blah 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 happened, and Firestone is quoting them this much, how much can you guys do it for? He put us on hold for a minute, he came back and said we could do it for $1,400. I was like, what? so like cool. So I ended up getting it towed from Firestone to that place. And they ended up having to charge more because they ended up realizing there was other parts that had been damaged in the process. But it did add it was $200, difference, which is not as bad as the $1,400 extra dollars or however much the difference would have been. So it ended up being $1,700 total versus $3,200 that Firestone quoted me, which is much better. The cool thing is, though Millhouse, my company, didn't cover anything, my supervisor, my boss, he literally sent me half the money in my chase like yesterday. Out of his own pocket.
Dope.
Right.
Damn.
Yep.
Okay.
So and when he told me he was going to help me out, I was already shocked. I'm like, that's crazy because that just doesn't happen. Your boss isn't going to come out of their pocket to to help you. So I was like, just like, dang, I owe this dude, like, for real, like, I can't quit. I gotta stay.
Make sure you put a round of applause in there. You make sure you insert a round of applause.
Yeah.
Can you say you're part of the family now?
Yeah.
Trapped.
He tell you like, now, Mr. Johnson, someday I may need a favor from you.
Yeah.
Hide a body or something.
If that motherfucker start talking about LLCs, you can listen to him.
Yeah.
Word. Well, shout out to that dude.
Joe P.
Joe P.
Joe P.
Oh, Joe P.
That's what everybody calls him because his last name is kind of hard to say. So
that's a very Italian ass.
Yeah.
You about to say something, Marco?
No.
Okay, word. We'll wrap it up there. All right. So thanks y'all for listening to another episode. We were a little all over there, but we made our way back to subject of science. And I hope you learned. I hope you got used to your Alaska facts. And yeah, we appreciate y'all. Informally honest on everything. Like, share, subscribe, rate, review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And most of all, no matter where the conversation goes or wherever, I'm going to learn how to say this consistently. No matter where the conversation goes, wherever the conversation goes, whatever connection you make, we encourage, empower, and implore you to always and forever be forthright, vulnerable, and always motherfucking honest.
Show.
Appreciate y'all.
I heard that Bernie Mac.
Yeah, me too.
Some of them a bitch. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Thanks for listening.
Without shedding a tear for my brother, I really wanna try for my brother, 'cause I truly do feel for my brother.